On my Discord server, the AE Federation, the link to that will be in the description below, I posted a question: do you build houses in AQ3D? What house items do you need? What are essential things needed to improve the housing overall? I'll be sharing the results in this video, and hopefully the devs will see this and some of these things will get added. Got a few things listed already, first of which is higher ceilings, so you can build higher up in your houses, and then letters and numbers, which would be very important, so to have an actual alphabet in the game, and then that way we wouldn't have to form letters using various parts. So then having various colored blocks and shapes, which would also be a nice little addition, and then last but not least, basic arrows. So this would really help when you're trying to direct people a certain way. Most of that list was gathered with Loki Monster, and so this is the first comment: water. To have actual water in the house, that would be really, really nice. The Lava Cauldra map has a lighting issue, so it turns up looking like this when you build on it. Hopefully they're going to be able to adjust it, because it does look really bad. I don't know if this happens on PC, but on mobile for sure, and I think it does happen on PC as well. Having books, and they actually specify multiple books as an item, so you could put it on your shelf. I think that would be really nice. And a tea set someone mentioned, which would be also pretty funny to see. A record player or a music box type thing that plays music would be really cool. And I agree, I would love to see a record player. Let's use pets in our housing and bring our frozen maps to life with animated pets. Using some examples like having a big thundercloud in the map, they have to fight the Tengu, showing the thundercloud you can obtain from Tengu. And then if you want to have a sun on your map, you gotta wait for the summer collection showing the sun. And then if a player wants to have a zoo, demonstrating down here with a crab, they can capture or buy animals, just like Pokemon. Essentially, this would be creating a second life for your pets, since it'd be able to live in your house. And I think that would be a really cool idea, having pets as house items. Got some more stuff here. Flying camera mode for building. And it said that this was tested back in May reportedly, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. That would be really cool to have that though. Increasing the distance to manage items. So being able to manage them from further away, which I do agree with. I'm not sure how that would possibly work, but increase the 5,000 limit. We have too much stuff and too many collections. This limit is, I think they can increase it, can't you? I mean, isn't you can put more and more into your house using dragon crystals, I thought. Interactive elements such as portal doors, that would be very nice. An option to remove the default instant items in the maps, like the trees, huge rocks, etc. Those are, I'm not sure how that would work, but I do understand what he means. Location information showing that players are at home if they are listed online, which that would be nice actually. I'm not sure how, some kind of indication that the person who built it is at their home. Producing more items through handicrafts such as mining, cooking, fabric work. I would love that. That would be cool. Texture options for items like shadow, brightness, etc. That sounds a bit too complicated. This is a very specific request, but I would like to add determining the respawn point of the players. Yes, being able to see where the players spawn in. I would also love to see that. We need working furniture and functional house items. Might be for the next phase, but here's an idea. Currently, house items are just cosmetic, but adding more functionality and allowing players to interact with objects will make housing more useful and actually give it purpose. And I agree, that would be cool. The possibilities are endless with interactive objects working furniture. Here's one example, a fishing node around the house. Not sure, because I don't think that could be possible. Some way to access the bank from a player house, that would be cool. Or a separate personal vault with fewer items, that would be a cool idea. Adding a bank to the house. Working NPC, maybe to grab dailies and some bonus house quests. Yes, cool. Housing shops, a rotating shop just like the Gaz shop. That's an interesting idea. Mini games like a working chess map. Yes, and timed parkour. Yes, I would love that. That would be so cool. Housing events, something like House Siege with leaderboard. Probably elemental house items where we can access different elements such as water, wind, earth, rocks, etc. We already have fire, but probably a lava house item would be interesting. I also hope there was a teleportation house item so that we can move to any part of the house with ease, and that would be so nice. It's difficult, especially when you're building like a parkour house and then you fall. You got to go all the way back up. I wish there was some way you could teleport to your last location or something. That would be so cool. I think we could use more kitchen items. Food pantry items like canned goods, box goods. Yes, I agree. Appliances. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. We got to get down to the basics. It's nice to have elaborate stuff, but it's also nice just to have the basic stuff so you can build a basic house. Also, more variety on sinks, which we don't really have a good selection. Toilets, same. Lastly, mirrors, like in Burger Hero. And I agree. That would be really cool. Not sure if that's possible, but still, would love it. Dear Santa, all I'd like for Christmas this year is to duplicate doors in the Build House Items shop that are non-blocking in either direction. That's interesting. The spooky door got us halfway there. Static and roaming NPCs. So I don't think roaming NPCs is a possibility. Having an NPC that can actually be animated is a possibility. Having a roaming NPC I don't think is, because they need to be programmed that way. Like those near the build area. For Guardians, roaming soldiers, which would be cool, but again, I'm not sure if that's possible. Home feels so empty now that the trick-or-treaters are gone, and if I've been good enough, water would be great. We need butlers and maids. Elevators, moving floors, and escalators are also good. And then there's a small video showcasing this item that is going up and down. This isn't in the house, this is at the Arken Grove, but still, it shows the possibility of an escalator or elevator type thing. Stop calling it housing and use its real name, mapping. Add colored windows without the frames, like the glass from Burger Hero, so we don't have to fight against the frame in order to light an entire map or building. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Plain colored walls. Okay, so this is kind of what we were talking about earlier, having blocks. So walls would be kind of it. Just plain colored, different colored walls, or, blocks of different sizes. Or, it doesn't even have to be. It could be the same size. You adjust it as you want. So we can build without the limitations of textured items. Plus, we get a chance to paint the scenarios on our own. So that's another thing I would agree with. Background only maps. Just have a small platform for spawning and everything else empty, with only the sky and water if possible in a map itself, in order to avoid limitations in our chances to build what we want and ramp up the optimization by not having a pre-made map hidden underneath our constructions. That's an interesting idea, because like a blank canvas sort of. Text and numbers. Okay, so this is another thing that we had mentioned. This is mandatory due to the insane amount of assets needed to write stuff. And that's what I had mentioned earlier in the thing, was to have letters and numbers. The player mentions here they'd like to have the elemental items like water, which again, this is multiple times people have mentioned water. I'm not sure of the possibility of that, but not sure if this should go here, but having the Camp Gonna Getcha as a housing map would be kind of cool. Love the dark, stormy aspect of it. So maybe that could, next year we could get that maybe as a housing map, because I agree, that would be really cool. Not sure if this one's been mentioned, but moving NPCs, which is something that was mentioned. Unfortunately, again, I'm not sure if that is possible. Could be used in multiple ways. Could even be something that aggroes when a player is too close and attacks like mobs or bosses do. That would be really cool. Having a house guest that could fight and actually have combat enabled, that'd be crazy. Second one alone opens room for more types of games and player activities that could be designed. I agree. It'd be very, very awesome. I haven't opened the map I've been working on, but things players can do in housing maps like travel form, races, etc. would go a long way to building better player engagement. Interactable items. Then I'll probably consider housing as my life. Last suggestion was a chest, which could mean several different things, meaning we could get a chest house item, which would be cool, or it could mean having the house items in the daily chest, which I think would be really cool to have as well. A few mentions of some of the things that could be added, like a housing motorcycle or fireplace, or small things like books, pots, bottles, etc. But there's the suggestions for housing. Is there anything you guys would add to that list? Let me know in the comments below. If you made it this far into the video, post a secret word "run" into the comments. Thanks for watching. Keep those swords swinging.